Chat, no job, no mask, no ride, no smile, no expression. It's mask aside. I got the COVID blues and I'm blue as I can be. Well, they're taking my freedom and they're stealing our lives.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Gerald Celente, and it's Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. And your new Trends Journal book will be out in a few hours. Not that long, but it's all done. We're just getting it ready. And check out the cover, another reality, the METAWORLD. Yep. That's what we're living in, and it's coming. There are going to be positives of this too, by the way. Not to the extent where they're taking it, but the changes that are taking place, particularly in the education system. The one we have now is an industrial age system. The METAWORLD, we're going to have more interactive university. Why go to a school where you got some clown that passed a test to teach you all the bullshit that they want to shove down your throat when you could get the best teachers in the world for what you're good at learning? So this is going to be a breakup of the system in a lot of ways. We're going to be writing a lot more about it. But right now, on the major element of it, lot of negativity. Again, you look at that cover and you can see what they're doing. They're watching you, everything you're doing, where you go and what you do and how you're doing it. And again, look at the freaky little shits that are telling us what to do. I don't want to live in a meta world, man. I want to live in a hot, happy, loving, kind, feeling reality world. There's no such thing as virtual reality. It's like artificial intelligence. Oh, yeah, artificial intelligence. Why? It's as good as artificial flavors. No, I like artificial colors. Anyway, a lot in your magazine about that and a lot more coming up. And by the way, I just got back yesterday from going to Miami and speaking at Mark Moss's I'm a Market Disruptor live meeting. What a great events. I've been doing these now for like 30-something years. And speakers, from, you name the company, from Amex to De Beers, to DuPont, to Nestle, to Mark Moss, and a lot in between. And the event that he put on was the first of the firstest rate. And the people there were sensational. What wonderful, wonderful, caring, kind, open-minded people. And a lot of it had to do with Bitcoin. So on the Bitcoin front, well, all the news, it's down, It's only $60,000 a coin now. And I had a lot invested and somebody screwed me out of it. I'm going to tell the story one day. Some little arrogant guy who I put my trust in really fucked over me. You want to see why the world is so fucked up, all you have to do is look around you. Anyway, great crew, and it's going to keep going. Gold, by the way, was at a 5-month high last night, came down today. Markets are up. Dow was up over 200 points, closed up about 50. Oil prices, again, it's in your Trends Journal. There's a lot here going on. Oh, and by the way, the religious exemptions from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice, freedompeacejustice.com, there it is. They are a home run. So far, out of the hundreds and hundreds that have gone out, one rejection. And we're fighting it because they rejected it and they didn't give the reason why. This thing is bulletproof. So if you need a religious vaccine exemption, again, we have one for the international market and for the American, U.S. They're different. Go to freedompeacejustice.com. So going back to what's going on in the Trends Journal, just on the economic front, these are just some of the stories. Inflation roars at fastest pace in 31 years. Oh, fat mouth Yellen screaming bullshit crap coming out of her mouth. Oh, Oh, if only a woman was in charge. Shit comes out of everybody's mouth who are disgusting human beings. She's a bankster, the head of the Federal Reserve. Now she's our Treasury head. And what was she shitting out of her mouth on, was it Face the Nation? Yeah, fuck the nation on the Prostitute Network channel. Inflation will end when we defeat the pandemic. Fuck off. You were bullshitting it was temporary. No, then it was transitory, along with that other clown fuck Powell. This isn't transitory, and it's not temporary. And the COVID war, yeah, it has to do with the supply chain disruptions, but what you bastards and bitches, to be equal, are spewing out of your dirty fucking mouths are you're the ones that caused it by dumping in all this cheap money. Yeah. Artificially inflating it with the government's pumping in the shit too. And then you look at the story we have in the Trends Journal. Do you know what? Interest rates aren't near zero. They are deep in negative territory. That's right. We have the facts in the Trends Journal. And even though they're deep in negative territory, the fuck faces, and take a look at them if you don't believe me, that they're fuck faces, all you got to do is look at, Facha Brute Yellen and that clown Powell. And how about that prick bastard Kaplan over there in Texas? Yeah, that did the dirty dealing in the Fed. Yeah, when he's Fed the head over there in Texas. Oh, he left now. And that other guy, Rosengren. Fuck off up in Massachusetts. Yeah, playing the markets. These are the people that are lying to us, and we're giving you the solid truth. And we've been right on. Again, bond market wakes up to inflation. Food price index spikes 31%. Puts strain on shoppers. As the 1% own 37% of the country. Got it? Got it? It's not a government, it's a crime syndicate. Record quit rates. Take your job and shove it. The Great Resignation. Will jobs come back? One after another. U.S. home prices on the rise. Home sales rush. Home prices up, incomes down. Single-family rental homes. Investment galore. Apartment rents rising. Bigs buying them up. On and on and on. But New York City business, bye-bye. Do you know what the occupancy rate is, office occupancy rate in New York City? 28%. 28%. You know the businesses that are suffering because of this? And again, we got a lot more in this. Trends on the global economic front. Again, real interest rates. Food prices hit decade high. Cost of capital soars. Rising oil prices. Will they shrink? Will they go up? Ethanol prices, they're only up 50% this year. Yellen. And what does that have to do with supply chain disruptions? Yellen. Oh, and the big's getting bigger, of course. Featured articles by Gary Null and Gary, Gary Null, the cost of ignoring COVID-19 red flags. Featured article by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, and Dollarizing the World by Gregory Mannarino. Boy, this cat's been right on the markets. And again, Trends in Technocracy by Joe Duran. Canceled in the Metaverse. You got it. This Week in Surveillance. Trends in Cryptos. What else do we got? Oh, global economic trends, geopolitical trends. The COVID war trends, Austria, no vax, no freedom. Yeah, boy, you wish Hitler was back there, huh? He would have been proud of you. And a little dick telling him what to do. Dictators, that's all they are. Again, a whole bunch of stuff here. Trends in geopolitics. Oh, this is what we call comedy crap. Aussies will unite with U.S. to defend Taiwan against China. Yeah, sure you will. Fuck off. You couldn't win anything. Hey, you're going to do another Gallipoli? Yeah, why don't you send a lot of people to go get murdered, you murderous bastards? And bitches, you gotta be equal. Motherfucker, fatherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff here. N. Ready? This is how they're selling the bullshit. Major story, front page on Drudge Report. Number 1. 8 people dead. A nursing home in Connecticut. So I read it. 8 people are dead, and just shy of 100 more have been infected with COVID-19 after the outbreak in a Connecticut nursing home. Now, 8 residents have died. Of 89 total infections, 87 were fully vaxxed. 87 were fully vaxxed. Where's that vax king over there? The drug lord. Bullshit Barola. Another arrogant fuck who calls people criminals if you don't swallow the drug lord shit that said this thing had a over 90% efficacy rate. Again, we have the quotes again in this week's Trends Journal. A fuckface. 87 people were fully vaccinated. 89 total infections. You ready? 8 people died. This is their quote from all 8 people who died had serious underlying health issues. They're in a fucking nursing home ready to die and sick, and you're telling that COVID killed them? How about all the injections that they're throwing into them? Maybe that was killing them too. But this is from the Jerusalem Post, so you can't call me an anti-Semite. People vaccinated with 2 shots of the Pfizer corona vaccine in January and February had a 51% increased chance of catching the virus in July compared to those who were vaccinated in March and April. Yeah, a new Israeli study. The Israeli study that showed the vaccination is 39% effective. Again, but I can't say anything about anti-vax. They'll take me off. And another honor, a true honor at being at Mark Moss's I'm a Market Disruptor event. I got to meet Dr. Joe Mercola. What a man. What a man. This guy, they're destroying him. You know, he started talking, he started crying. They took him off YouTube. They're doing everything they can to stop him. He gave me one of his books. I have to bring it the next show to show it to you, because everybody should get this book. Look up Dr. Mercola's new book about the COVID-19. Oh, yeah. And the way he signed it, I'm so honored. I'm so honored. I was so honored to be there, the people that were there. Again, we're in the fight for our lives. United we stand, divided we fall. We must fight peacefully. And the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice is doing that. So go to freedompeacejustice.com, get your vaccine exemption, and support the church. We're going to have some big things happening. And again, if you want to read history before it happens, you look at the Trends Journal. There's no magazine in the world comes close to it. And I just touched on some of the topics that we're talking about. Oh, again, other great topics in there too. Electric cars can pollute more than gas guzzlers, study finds. A great article by Ben Davis, who writes for us, and the other great writers. Lunacy continues, oceans awash in plastic debris. And bankster bandits, crime syndicate cover-up. That's right, all in your Trends Journal and more. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in. The COVID-19 war has changed the world, but who's prepared? What's next? It's in your Trends Journal. Trends Journal subscribers are prepared. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. from the world leader in trend forecasting.